Hey, you are on Layout Tube channel and I'm showing you my solution for custom made lights for RC models, so let's jump into a project. As a rear light I'm using this LED red flexible tape, and for the front light I will take LEDs from this standard LED tape and solder them on printed circuit board, which I'm gonna make out of this copper plate and put it into LED aluminum profile. All the wiring I'm gonna do with this nice and colorful wires, which I took from this cable. Power supply for my lights I'm gonna take from this connector, which I'm using for charging batteries, and from now it's gonna have one more purpose: to power up the lights. Lights gonna be turned on when the RC car is turned on. I will take the signal from one of these pins right there to turn on the MOSFET transistor, and this transistor is gonna turn on the lights. I'm gonna use this bucket to make a proper curvature for the front fender. Whoa, that's great! That was a little bit too much. I think that for me this size is gonna be enough. I'm cutting PCB to make it fits perfectly into aluminum profile. Just gonna sand it using a sandpaper. It's done, all LEDs are removed, and I hope I didn't overheat them, because if they are overheated they will not be working. I don't want any grease or corrosion on my future PCB, so I'm cleaning it first. After I found out which layout worked best for my LEDs, I'm marking all the surfaces that I'll need for later, and there is a software for drawing layouts, but this time I'm doing all manually. I'm applying some chemicals that may be harmful to health, and I won't tell which they are to prevent young kids get their hands on it, but this process is called copper etching, and there are many infos online. This mixture of concentrated acetone and colophonium provides easier soldering. I'm applying solder on my PCB to make it look nice and prevent copper from corrosion. Usually purchasing light bars for their RC models, and that's much more effective solution than this, but this method allows me to use any kind of LED I want and as many LEDs I want. After a few measurements and experiments, I realized that this particular value of resistors are gonna provide same working environment as it was on standard LED strip. If I switch from 2S battery to 3S battery in future, this configuration will not be valid anymore. Too much. As you can see, I'm using two-component glue for joining PCB with aluminum profile to make heat transfer as good as possible. The same thing is with the rear light. I'm replacing SMD resistors with a tiny piece of soldering wire because it's firstly designed to operate at 12 volts and not at 2S battery. The electronic circuit for turning on the lights is simple and contains a few components, but I won't get into details because this video is not about electronics. If you would like to hear more on that, let me know in comments below. My memory card failed when I was installing the front bar, but nothing super exciting. Alright, let's do the rest of the job. Seems like this piece of self-adhesive foam will keep the battery in place pretty well. I decided to finish all the wiring inside of fancy waterproof box because there is enough space for everything. Good job, Traxxas. I guess my warranty is not valid after that. It comes pretty handy while driving in the dark, and speaking of how bright it is, I would compare it with 2 or 3 cell phone flashlights, which is more than enough for such application. It's especially useful when the model is further away from you because you get much better feeling about what it is doing and in which direction is oriented. I hope I inspired you to work on some of your projects. Thanks for spending some time with me, and until next time I'll be happy to read your comments.